Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Erik Purcell from over at MPR Endurance. Wanted to go over a little striking footwork for you. This is great footwork for pretty much anything you're doing, even wrestling, any kind of martial art where you're on your feet. What tends to happen with people is when they're shadow boxing, you know, they're in a nice stance, but when they start to move, their feet start to cross, or maybe they don't step correctly. The idea when you're striking, any good striker has fantastic footwork, which means that every step they take or every step that you take, you're in a position to punch, to kick, defend yourself at all times. So great athletes are always in great position. Good athletes are always in good position. You definitely want to be one of the great athletes here and establish some really good footwork. So we're going to teach you a drill to teach you how to auto-correct your stance at all phases to make sure that you are in a position to strike, defend, kick, do whatever you need to do at all times in all phases of moving around. So we've set up just basically 4 little markers here. You could use cones, you could use sticks, rocks, stuff in your house. You could do this drill outside of the park, wherever you like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off on my left side, and you're going to see me squared up in my fight stance. And as I start to walk, I'm going to kind of show you what tends to happen to people as they start to move, so we can correct it and make sure that we're stepping correctly. So I'm going to show you the right way to do it, and then we'll kind of go back and show you some of the mistakes people tend to make, and that way we can hopefully auto-correct ourselves a little easier when you're working alone. Also, a great tool for this drill is to videotape yourself. So if you do have a camera or iPhone around, which I'm sure you do, get a little videotaping in and you'll be able to see yourself do this drill correctly. So I'm going to kind of start over here. I'm in my fight stance, I'm squared up, I'm kind of at the end of the camera here, but I'm going to make my way back over to the other side. I'm square, I lift up my front foot, I push off my back foot. I'm going to take some steps. Now I start to move laterally, I lift up my front foot, I push off my back foot. Notice I'm still square, I'm still in our hybrid fighting stance. Now to move backwards, I lift up my back foot, push off my front foot. Always in the perfect stance. As I go to move, I lift up my lead leg. And you notice every step I take, I'm in this stance. Forward, I lift up my front foot, push off my back foot. Now we're moving laterally and backwards. Now I move forwards. To move to my right, I lift up my back foot, I push off my lead foot. And we can start adding in striking with that as well too, which is a lot of fun to do as you're moving. That way you can really start to kind of use your imagination, create some scenarios in your head as you're moving around. Once again, always maintaining the proper foot stance. What happens to people is as they start to move, they start off in a great stance, and this back foot starts to slide around, which starts to put them in a fencing stance. And that's okay if that's the stance you're playing, but we can't really throw our cross here, we can't really throw some of our kicks, our knees get kind of funky as well. So as you start moving, this kind of happens to a lot of people here, or they start crossing their feet, which are mistakes you don't want to make, all right? And you will at first. This takes a little while to get a little bit more acclimated to this drill. But remember, lifting up our back foot, pushing over, lifting our back foot, pushing off our front foot. Now when we go forwards, we lift up the front foot, we push off the back foot. So great drill from our hybrid fighting stance. Just to once again check our footwork. This is an awesome drill for the kids as well. So if you have the kids at home, some of our juniors, run them through this drill, keep your footwork right. Everything goes from there. Fight right, footwork right. See you guys later.